Hey, what's up everyone? Josh Quinones here, and today I am finally ready to give you all my thoughts on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Now, I'm not gonna go, too much into the specs or anything like that. This isn't that type of video. I simply just wanna share my overall experience with this device with all of you. And as most of you may know by now, I am a hardcore Android user. I mean, that's what this channel has been all about. I mean, it used to be called Everything Android before I changed it to my own name. But I gotta be 100% honest with you guys here. This device right here, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, is a solid device. I mean, there's no doubt about that, especially when it comes to battery life. I'm gonna say this right now, this is the battery king when it comes to smartphone devices, at least right now at the time of making this video. I don't have any other device right now that will last as long as this 13 Pro Max. I mean, this is pretty much, it can be a 2-day phone depending on how you use your device, but I'm able to make it through an entire day of usage without worrying about throwing this on the charger, and sometimes even until the next morning. I don't have to worry about this phone dying on me at all. And that's one of the things that I absolutely love about this device right here. Now, of course, there are some things that, I dislike about the phone, like no USB Type-C. I mean, that's all I have here is USB Type-C chargers. I got one charger for the iPhone and that's it, but I got nothing but USB Type-C chargers. So it would be nice for me to be able to just plug this in whenever I want, but no, I gotta go looking for my iPhone charger or make sure it's nearby so I can be able to plug this in and charge it. I mean, yeah, I could use wireless charging, but you know what? It's always faster when you plug it in. That's just me. Another thing, no SD card slot. I know a lot of phones are getting rid of the SD card slot, but you know what, I still use it. That's why I keep my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra around, because it has that SD card slot. I can expand the memory as much as I want. With this, you can't do that. You're forced to pay more money to buy the device with more storage if you do want that extra storage. Another thing, the notch in the front, I know it's been around for years. Everybody's used to it. I still don't like it. That's just me. I'm used to having an all-screen experience like this right here, what we have on my Google Pixel 6 Pro and many other devices that I have. Now, another thing, I was gonna do one of my usual all-day battery drain tests with this device. I even had a lot of requests to make that video, but I kind of ran into a little issue when trying to do that test. I tried 2 times, 2 different days, and both times the device was just giving me inaccurate information in the beginning. So I would take the phone off the charger in the morning, I'd charge it overnight, I'd start using it for about an hour maybe, and after that hour I would go into the battery settings just to see what my usage is like, my screen on time, all that good stuff. And when I would do that, it would show me 0, it would show me absolutely nothing, as if I weren't even using the device. And I'm like, okay, maybe I just need to give it some time to update itself. So I would continue using the device, and then about 20 minutes later, I'd go back in and it would say that I was using it for, 20, 26 minutes. So that whole about an hour before that, all of my usage, it didn't measure that at all. So the information that this phone has been giving me has been very inaccurate. Like I said, for about the first hour of my day, for some reason, it doesn't measure my usage, and it's still doing that to this day. Like I said, it's probably just me because I haven't seen anybody else mention this in their videos or on social media or anything like that. So maybe I just got a bad device. I'm really not sure. I checked to see if I was on the latest update. Yes, I'm on the latest update. I tried restarting the phone and I don't know, nothing's working. So it's not giving me accurate information when it comes to just showing me the overall battery usage within the battery settings. But aside from that, I'm still sticking with what I said. This is still the battery king. I'm able to use this phone all day long. From the moment I take it off the charger to the time it hits 0%, like I said, sometimes I can go almost 2 days with this device depending on my usage. So I have no complaints when it comes to overall battery life on this phone, just, the information that it's giving me. But overall, like I said, this is a solid device, definitely a beautiful looking device. I mean, look at that. Look at how good that looks, especially in this gold color right here. I've never had a gold colored phone and it looks really, really good. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to like it this much as far as overall looks go, aside from that notch up in the front. But even with that notch, it's still a beautiful looking display. I mean, I love the colors overall. I love how crispy everything is. And then you're getting that 120 hertz display. Now it is an adaptive 120 hertz. So it's not always fully running 120 hertz. So, I will notice times where it doesn't seem as smooth depending on what I'm doing, but if I happen to start scrolling really fast, then that's when I will notice that 120 hertz and it is just super smooth. But already as it is, even when iPhones were at, 60 hertz, it was still a smooth experience. It seemed like it was more than 60 hertz. So honestly, I have no complaints with the adaptiveness of this display when it comes to using that 120 hertz. Definitely a smooth experience, snappy experience. I mean, it performs great. I haven't had any moments where, I've had hiccups on here or any lagging or anything like that. When it comes to overall performance, it's running great. Now, again, beautiful display, beautiful device. These cameras, they do protrude out, a bit much. And one thing I don't like about them is that they're not all connected. They're each individually popping out, and that kind of scares me, especially if you're not using a case, because if you drop that, I mean, you can possibly, break one of those lenses right here. So you're definitely gonna want to keep a case on this, or a skid, or at least something that's going to protect those cameras from breaking. But you're definitely gonna want to keep a case on this, especially for a beautiful device like this. And that's where the sponsors of this video come in. Huge thanks and shout out to them, Casetify. With a beautiful device like the iPhone 13 Pro Max, you're going to want to make sure it stays protected and looks good doing so. Casetify has so many great cases to choose from with unique designs, and you can also customize your own. Now, not only do they have a cool look to them, but they are also going to provide the protection you need for your device. I've done drop tests with both their impact case and ultra impact case, and they both held up great. If you want to check that video out, I'll leave a link down in the description below. These cases are made with 65% recycled and plant-based materials, and feature Defensify, which is an antimicrobial coating killing 99% of bacteria to keep you safe from germs. So as you can see, we got a lot of good things going on with these cases right here. And if you find yourself interested in these cases, I'll leave a link down in the description below that will also get you 15% off. Again, huge thanks to Casetify for sponsoring this video. Okay, now going back to the display here, yes, it is a beautiful display, but I want to talk about the overall customization that you get out of this device right here. Now, me personally, honestly, I really don't like that we're so limited when it comes to customization on this device. Like I said, I am a hardcore Android user, so I'm already so used to being able to customize my device exactly the way I want. Yes, I will say this, Apple has given us more options to be able to customize this a lot better than, in the past, but it's still not quite there, where in Android devices, if I have a cool looking wallpaper or a nice wallpaper, I want to be able to show that off. I don't want a bunch of boxes covering it, a bunch of widgets covering it, or in order to show that wallpaper, I have to completely, have an empty screen. I don't want to have to do that. I want to be able to do this right here. This is my Google Pixel 6 Pro. As you can see, I'm able to show off as much of the wallpaper as I want. I got a widget there. I'm able to have all my apps and folders down at the bottom. When I try doing that on here, if I try to pull an app, like for instance, this screen right here, I got a couple apps and folders here up at the top. If I try tapping and holding one of those and pulling it down to the bottom, it's automatically gonna go right back up to the top. So I can't exactly customize this exactly the way I want just yet. Now I did do what I can, to customize it to my liking for an iPhone device, but I still hate the fact that I'm covering the wallpaper that, I would like to show off, that I would like to look at every now and then. And I know, iPhones are made to be easy and be simple. You open it up, you got everything you need right there and that's it. You use your phone. But me, I like to have a lot of fun with my device and customize it exactly the way I want. So while this phone, like I mentioned earlier, is a super solid device, honestly, it's a little bit on the boring side for me as well, which is not always a bad thing, because there are people who do just want simple and boring. They don't need all that crazy stuff and all those crazy features on their smartphone. They just want something that works and that's going to be able to handle everything that they need to do on their device. And that's pretty much the kind of device this is. It's going to be a solid phone. It's going to last you all day until the next day. It's going to be able to take care of everything that you needed to take care of, but you're not going to have a whole bunch of fun doing it, which, like I said, it's not a bad thing. There is nothing wrong with that at all, of being a little bit simple and a little bit boring on your phone, but it is just not for me when it comes to using my device every day, which is why it is so nice that we have so many options to choose from out there when it comes to smartphones, because one certain type of device is not going to be for everyone. And I always think it's funny when these people are fighting with one another over which phone is better. Oh, my phone's better than yours. No, my phone's better than yours. Like, let's just stop fighting and just enjoy your phone, because really there's not really any best device out there, because you know, the device that might be best for me might not be best for you, and the phone that might be best for you is not going to be best for, you know, the next person. So let's just stop fighting about it and let's just enjoy our smartphones. Okay, now let's talk about the cameras on this phone right here. I'll try to keep it real simple, real quick, but I do gotta say, the cameras on this phone right here, whether you're using the front-facing camera or the rear-facing cameras, I mean, they're great. You're gonna be able to capture some great shots, whether it's in the daytime or the nighttime, or whether you're inside, you can capture some great photos with these cameras right here. Now, you know, not every single photo is going to be perfect or come out exactly the way you want it to. You know, there are gonna be those moments where, you know, you do have to retake the photo, but overall, I mean, these are some pretty solid cameras. Even when it comes to video, I mean, video quality is great on this phone in my opinion. Yeah, there are some times where, with my experience, where the video does seem a bit washed out for some reason, so I'll have to re-record it. But overall, it does take some great video, especially when it comes to that cinematic mode. Yeah, it's not perfect, but you know, it's headed to something a lot better. So maybe with their next device, or maybe through an update, they can be able to make it look even better than what it does now. But it's definitely something cool to play around with these cameras on your device. But overall, solid cameras. I'm able to get some great photos and great video. But I do have one small complaint when it comes to recording video, and that's at night. I do notice a lot of glare when it comes to recording video with the rear-facing cameras on this device. And I know it's pretty much like this, you know, for a lot of other smartphones when it comes to recording video at night. I just noticed that with these cameras right here, I do notice it a little bit more. It always seems like there's just 3 dots kind of floating around within the video because of that glare. I don't know, that's just one kind of small complaint I have about, you know, the cameras on this device when it comes to recording video at night. But when you're not, you know, recording lights straight on, I mean, the video does look actually pretty good when recording video at night. So again, overall, really solid cameras. So that has pretty much been my overall experience with this phone right here. I think it's a beautiful looking device, very premium looking, premium feeling, although I will say it does attract a lot of fingerprints all around the edges of this device because it is a glossy finish. And speaking of fingerprints, give us a fingerprint sensor next time. Put it in the display or put it on the power button. I don't care. We need a fingerprint scanner on this iPhone. And next time, give us a USB Type-C charging port as well. But again, beautiful looking phone, beautiful looking display aside from that notch right there. Definitely a speedy, smooth performing device. I have no complaints with that. Again, able to handle everything that I throw at it. The speakers on here sound great. You get that stereo speaker setup and they actually get pretty loud too. So you're gonna have a good sound experience when watching videos, watching movies, listening to music. So overall, again, very solid device. Like I said, it is a boring device. Now the big question, will I be keeping this around? Honestly, I probably will be keeping this around for quite a while. Now, will it be my everyday device? Honestly, probably not. If I do ever take it out with me, it'll probably be my secondary device. But honestly, just to be totally 100% honest with you guys, I can't see myself using this as an everyday device just because of how boring I personally think that it is. Now, again, that's not a bad thing. I already gave you all my thoughts. This has been my experience with the iPhone 13 Pro Max. If you do have this device for yourself, or if you're planning on getting it, let me know down in the comments. Let me know how it's been treating you. If you do have it, if you've been planning on getting it, let me know what you think about my overall experience. Did it help you make your decision, or what have you been thinking about this device right here? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you all so very much for watching. If there's anything that I possibly forgot to mention or talk about in this video, just let me know down in the comments. I will be sure to try my best to comment back to each and every one of you and answer any questions you may have. Thanks so much for watching. If you did like this video, find it helpful, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Thank you all so very much for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.